Stop for a moment. Hold your breath. Don't move. Something is happening to you right now, and even if you can't explain it, your spirit can feel the shift pressing against the edges of your reality. It's like a hand has reached into the center of your life and pulled a hidden thread you never noticed before. And now, everything inside you is vibrating with a warning you cannot ignore. You are standing between two realms, one of light and one of deception, and the air around you is thick with a battle you were never supposed to fight alone. Listen carefully, because what you are about to hear is not ordinary, and once it enters you, it will begin rewriting the deeper layers of your being. There are messages that speak to the mind, and there are messages that speak to the soul, but this one speaks to the blueprint of who you were created to be. This is the moment when heaven leans close to reveal what shadows have been trying to silence, and you are being pulled into a revelation that refuses to wait any longer. Something ancient inside you is awakening, something carded into your destiny long before you breathed your first breath. And now it rises to confront every force that has tried to break you. You feel the tension because your spirit recognizes the truth before your mind does. And the truth is this: you are standing on sacred ground, and what you do next will echo in eternity. Before we go further, write your warmest wishes in the comments as a declaration of faith, and write 777 as your spiritual activation code. Because what is being spoken right now is meant to unlock what has been chained in your life. Let your heart speak openly. This is not about routine. This is about aligning with the path heaven is opening for you. And after you release your wish, like this message and subscribe with full intention, because the forces working against you would prefer you walk away from the very guidance designed to free you. You are not just watching a message. You are stepping into a moment where choosing to stay aligned protects you from being pulled into the lies that want to claim your destiny. This is the moment your loyalty to truth is tested. Stand on the right side. Obey this call. You have felt a pressure in your life recently, a tightening around your decisions, your thoughts, your emotions. It was not random. It was not just stress. It was the unseen realm trying to pull you into confusion, while heaven was trying to pull you into clarity. Something has been observing you, studying you, trying to decode the patterns of your weakness, hoping to influence your next move, without you realizing it. This is why your heart has felt heavy for no reason. This is why you have been losing focus. This is why you have felt spiritually drained, even on days when your body was rested. Your spirit has been absorbing a battle long before your mind became aware of it. And now God is exposing the truth. You have been targeted because of the potential you carry, because your destiny poses a threat to the darkness that watches you. The weight on your chest, the sudden fears, the emotional dips, the unexpected tension. These were not signs of failure, but signs of warfare aimed at your calling. In the unseen realm, your name has been spoken. not by your enemies on earth, but by forces that recognized your future long before you did. There are assignments that were intended to pull you off your path, to weaken your resolve, to make you crave distraction over divine direction. Every time you felt tired for no reason, every time your joy evaporated without explanation, every time you felt isolated even in a room full of people, the invisible realm was shifting around you. Angels were assessing the threat surrounding your destiny. Demonic strategies were being formed against your progress, and heaven was watching to see how your spirit would respond to the pressure. You were not losing. It was your inner structure being tested for divine reinforcement. You are being reconstructed from the inside out. Even now, as you listen, there is a divine rewiring happening in your spirit. Tiny impulses, spiritual frequencies, are passing through the layers of your identity. Your cellular memory is being awakened, calling you back to the Eden blueprint that was placed inside you before the world could contaminate your purpose. There is a reason you have been feeling disconnected from certain people, places, and habits. Your frequency is rising, and what belonged to your old timeline can no longer attach itself to you. The shift is not accidental. The separation is not punishment. It is the preliminary stage of your elevation. You have entered a season where heaven refuses to let you stay blind. Everything done against you in silence is being dragged into the light. Every whisper behind your back, every intention coated in false kindness, every unseen sabotage, every spiritual snare meant to mislead you. It is all being exposed. God is not just protecting you. He is revealing the strategies of your enemies so you can walk forward with clarity. Some of the heaviness you've felt wasn't just spiritual warfare. It was your discernment sharpening. Your spiritual senses have been recalibrating, causing you to feel things you didn't feel before, notice things you once ignored, question things you once accepted. This is not anxiety. It is activation. There are angels working on you even now, performing unseen surgery on the layers of your soul that have been damaged by disappointment, betrayal, and fear. They are stitching together the places where you fragmented, realigning the parts of your identity that were pulled out of shape by years of fighting battles you never asked for. Your emotional wounds are being repaired, your intuition is being strengthened, and your spiritual hearing is being restored to what it was always meant to be. As it was spoken to the prophets, there comes a moment in every chosen life where heaven intervenes not to comfort, but to awaken. This is that moment for you. You may not realize it, but timelines around you have been shifting. Paths that were once blocked are opening. Roads that once felt easy are now closed. People you depended on have been removed. Opportunities you expected have been delayed, not because you did something wrong, but because heaven redirected your steps to protect your future. You are being positioned for something greater than anything you have imagined, and the resistance you are experiencing is proof of the magnitude of what is coming. Your destiny is magnetic, and heaven is ensuring it cannot be stolen. And now your spirit is being called higher. You feel it, even if you don't yet understand it. The pull, the pressure, the restlessness, the sudden awareness that something in your life needs to change. It is all part of the supernatural alignment God is orchestrating in your life. Every delay, every disappointment, every moment of silence from heaven was shaping you, refining you, preparing you. You are not behind schedule. You are not forgotten. You are in the exact moment where your destiny begins to accelerate. Take this seriously. A sudden stillness wraps around you, as if the world has paused just long enough for heaven to whisper directly into the core of your being. You feel that familiar pressure in your chest, the one that rises when something spiritual steps into your atmosphere. And in this moment, the veil between what you see and what truly exists becomes thin enough to feel. A presence moves around you like a quiet storm, not here to frighten you, but to awaken something that has been dormant under layers of survival. The realm you cannot see has shifted again, and your spirit is sensing what your mind cannot explain. This is not imagination. This is not emotion. This is alignment. And as this alignment settles into your atmosphere, you are being drawn into truths that were waiting for the moment your heart was strong enough to receive them. There is something you must understand now, because heaven refuses to let you continue walking without clarity. The darkness that has been studying you is not after your possessions, your relationships, or your comfort. It is after your influence, your purpose, your future impact, the version of you that heaven has been preparing behind the scenes. This is why certain thoughts have attacked you like waves. This is why doubt suddenly surged in moments you should have felt confident. This is why you questioned your own strength, your own potential, your own worth. The enemy could see the acceleration in your spirit before you did, and every whisper of fear was a strategic attempt to stop you before your awakening could begin. But what the darkness underestimated was the resilience God built into your spiritual DNA, the unbreakable core that refuses to die even when you feel exhausted, the inner flame that refuses to go out even when the winds of life blow hardest. That resilience, that sacred seed, is the evidence that you are meant to rise. There are angels assigned to you in this season, more than you have ever carried before, because the elevation you are stepping into requires a new level of spiritual reinforcement. These angels are not the gentle messengers that appeared in your past seasons. These are warrior beings forged in realms your mind cannot comprehend. They move with precision. They do not reveal themselves through signs you expect. They operate in frequencies, a shift in your atmosphere, a sudden awareness, an unexplainable calm, a rush of strength that appears in the exact moment you feel you cannot continue. Each of those moments is not coincidence. It is intervention. Higher angels are adjusting your timeline, closing doors before you walk into traps, breaking connections that would have destroyed you slowly, and guiding you away from paths that looked appealing but carried spiritual venom. You have been sensing the separation, but you haven't understood the purpose behind it. You have felt people pull away, conversations grow colder, relationships lose their rhythm. You thought it was personal. You thought it was failure. But heaven says otherwise. Your spirit has begun to vibrate on a frequency that no longer matches the circles you once walked in. Your elevation requires isolation, not as punishment, but as recalibration. Every time someone distanced themselves from you, every time a connection dissolved without explanation, every time you felt alone, even in familiar spaces, it was because heaven was extracting you from environments that would suffocate the version of you God is forming. You are not being rejected, you are being refined. Your spiritual senses are heightening. The reason you suddenly feel overwhelmed around certain people, the reason you can't tolerate certain conversations anymore, the reason your heart feels uneasy in places that used to feel normal, is because your discernment has awakened. The veil over your intuition has been ripped open. You are no longer seeing people for who they pretend to be. You are seeing the vibration of their spirit, the intention behind their actions, the truth beneath the surface. This awakening is not accidental. It is preparation. Heaven is positioning you to walk into a future where deception collapses before you can step into it. As it was written to those who walked before you, those who are chosen must first be separated so they can see clearly. Your mind has been experiencing pressure because divine rewiring is taking place. Neural pathways, spiritual circuits are being reconstructed. Thoughts that once spiraled into fear are being rewired into discernment. Patterns that once led to self-sabotage are being broken at the root. Emotional cycles that repeated for years are dissolving in the presence of this new activation. Your entire internal system is undergoing a transformation, one that involves the reawakening of Eden memory, the original blueprint of who you were before the world told you who you should be. This is why old habits feel wrong. This is why you can no longer force yourself into environments that drain you. This is why your spirit feels restless, even when nothing around you has changed. It is the sign that your identity is evolving. And then there is the voice inside you, the one you have been trying to ignore. It is not anxiety. It is not fear. It is the divine prompting that grows louder when you try to return to places you have outgrown. It warns you when someone approaches with hidden motives. It stirs within you when you are about to make a decision that contradicts your calling. That inner voice is not just intuition. It is evidence that heaven is speaking directly to your core, guiding you through a season where one wrong step could delay your destiny. The voice is sharpening because your assignment is near. There are testimonies forming around you, even now, though you cannot see them yet. Lives will be changed because of the transformation happening inside you. People will break free because you broke free. There will be moments when someone tells you, "I don't know what you did, but something about you shifted." And they will be right. Divine rewiring leaves evidence. Frequency alignment leaves marks on the atmosphere. When heaven alters your identity, the world feels it before you announce it. Just as it was spoken to the prophets, the ones chosen for impact are always reshaped in the hidden places before they step into the visible ones. You are entering a season where your presence alone will disturb darkness. Your clarity will expose deception effortlessly. Your strength will intimidate spirits that once tormented you. Your resilience will dismantle assignments formed against your future. Heaven is preparing you not just to survive, but to govern, to walk with authority, to speak with power, to move with divine precision. The battles you faced were training. The confusion you endured was sharpening. The pain you carried was molding. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was accidental. Everything was forming the person you are becoming. And now, heaven says this: you are crossing a line you will not return from. A heavy silence settles around you, the kind that feels almost alive, as if the atmosphere itself is holding its breath while your spirit steps into a deeper layer of revelation. You feel the temperature shift, not colder, not warmer, but different, as though the unseen realm has opened a door and invited you to witness what was once hidden behind layers of illusion. The air becomes charged, vibrating with a truth your body can sense before your mind can translate it. Something ancient moves through you, something that has watched you through every battle, every moment of doubt, every season of confusion. It leans closer now, not to frighten you, but to draw your attention to what has been circling your destiny for far too long. This moment is not gentle. It is surgical. It is precise. It is the kind of moment that changes everything, even if you don't yet understand why. Your spirit has been walking through a war disguised as ordinary life, and heaven will not let you remain unaware any longer. The pressure in your chest, the sudden distrust you couldn't explain, the dreams that felt too vivid to ignore, the moments you felt watched even when you were alone. These were not coincidences. They were signals, warnings, attempts from heaven to alert you to a reality your physical eyes could not see. There have been forces studying you, mapping your routines, analyzing your emotional triggers, trying to intercept you at the edges of your weakness. They targeted your joy, because joy fuels clarity. They targeted your sleep, because exhaustion weakens discernment. They targeted your relationships, because confusion isolates. You thought you were simply overwhelmed, but your spirit was under siege, and heaven has stepped in. You must understand, there are two types of warfare. One comes to break you, the other comes to reveal you. The pressure you have been feeling is the second. Your identity is emerging from places it hid for years. Your spiritual sight is activating. Your inner voice is amplifying. The pain you endured has become information, data that heaven is using to reconstruct the strongest version of your destiny. Every moment you felt like collapsing was actually the moment your foundation was being rebuilt. Your tears became prayer codes. Your exhaustion became spiritual signals. Your frustration became raw material for your elevation. Heaven has not been watching you suffer. Heaven has been watching you transform. There are angels standing near you now, not the comforting ones that held you during emotional storms, but the ones assigned to shift your timeline. They carry swords forged in realms where human language loses meaning. They move faster than thought, faster than intention. These angels do not come to comfort. They come to cut. They come to sever attachments that have been draining your spirit. They come to break alliances you did not know you formed. They come to dismantle traps that were set for the version of you that existed before this awakening. Some of the people who walked away from you were not rejecting you. They were being removed for your protection. Some opportunities that collapsed were not losses. They were blockages lifted off your path. Some delays were not denials. They were preservation. You asked for clarity, and heaven is giving it to you. The people who speak to you but do not support you are being exposed. The ones who smile but carry resentment toward your growth are being revealed. The ones who benefit from your strength but offer nothing in return are being detached from your energy field. There are conversations you can no longer tolerate because your spirit refuses to absorb their poison. There are environments you cannot return to because your frequency is too high for them to contain. The uneasiness you feel around certain people is not paranoia. It is discernment sharpening like a blade. Heaven is aligning your senses with your calling. You are starting to see the truth behind the masks. You are beginning to hear deception even when it hides behind kindness. Your internal system is undergoing a divine reconstruction. Emotional fibers are being repaired. Broken trust is being rewoven into wisdom. Suppressed intuition is rising from places it was buried. Memories you thought you forgot are resurfacing not to hurt you, but to release you. Patterns you once repeated are dissolving as heaven rewires the neurological circuits that kept you trapped in cycles. Something inside you is expanding, stretching, awakening. You are not the same person you were months ago. You may not even be the same person you were yesterday. This kind of transformation does not happen through effort. It happens through calling. Your identity is catching up to your purpose. And while heaven builds you, darkness has been scrambling. Strategies formed against you are collapsing mid-formation. Words spoken about you in hidden places are turning powerless. Energies sent toward you are returning to their source with no place to land. Every attempt to confuse your path is failing because your spirit is now too aware, too elevated, too aligned. You have stepped into a frequency where deception cannot breathe. This is why everything around you feels different. This is why you feel more sensitive, more alert, more spiritually aware. You are not imagining it. Your spirit is remembering something it was never meant to forget. Testimonies are forming in the shadows of your transformation. People who once underestimated you will not recognize who you become. Those who left you will question how you rose without them. Those who betrayed you will witness your elevation from afar. And those connected to your destiny will be drawn to you not by chance, but by divine magnetic pull. There will come a moment when someone says, "Something changed in you." and they will be right. Heaven is leaving fingerprints on your identity. This is the part of your story where the old version of you dissolves. The hesitating you, the doubting you, the fearful you, the overthinking you, the self-sacrificing you, the spiritually unaware you. That version is fading, breaking, falling away like old skin. What rises in its place is a person who sees clearly, moves intentionally, and carries a presence that shifts atmospheres. Heaven is preparing you for a future where your very existence disrupts the plans of darkness. You are stepping into the identity that was written for you before the world tried to reshape you, and the path you walk next requires a strength you never knew you had, but heaven knew. And now your spirit is being commanded. Do not step backward. A strange calm settles over you now, not soft or gentle, but powerful, like the silence before a storm that knows exactly where it is going. You can feel something rising inside you, a strength you didn't choose but were born with, a clarity that feels almost supernatural. Your spirit is no longer trembling. It is standing tall. The confusion that once wrapped around your mind is breaking apart, falling away in pieces you no longer need to carry. This is the moment where you stop apologizing for your awakening. This is the moment where heaven stops whispering and starts declaring. You are not who you were. You are not returning to what broke you. You are not stepping back into the shadows that once claimed you. You are stepping forward, fully, boldly, intentionally, into the identity that has been calling your name through every battle you survived. And now, heaven seals this truth inside you. Every force that tried to delay you has failed. Every plan formed against your destiny has collapsed. Every shadow that followed you has lost its access. You walk into your future with a spirit that cannot be deceived and a purpose that cannot be stolen. Angels are clearing your path even now, moving through the unseen with precision, making sure nothing touches what God has assigned to you. You are stepping into a season where alignment replaces confusion, where clarity replaces fear, where destiny overrides delay. The shift is already happening. The transformation is complete. The old timeline has closed, and heaven commands you to walk forward without hesitation. Do not look back.